Morgan Housel's book, The Psychology of Money, is a game changer in finance. It goes deep into how our minds deal with money, offering fresh insights you won't find elsewhere. It's not your typical finance read. Get ready for a mind-opening experience that will reshape the way you see and handle money forever. No one is crazy. Money decisions are complex. Factors like upbringing, family income, and unique life events create individual financial perspectives. Despite intelligence and education, our beliefs often differ due to personal histories. The Great Depression marked millions of Americans inwardly for the rest of their lives. But there was a range of experiences. 25 years later, as he was running for president, John F. Kennedy was asked by a reporter what he remembered from the Depression. He remarked, "I have no first-hand knowledge of the Depression. My family had one of the great fortunes of the world, and it was worth more than ever then. We had bigger houses, more servants, we traveled more. About the only thing that I saw directly was when my father hired some extra gardeners just to give them a job so they could eat. I really did not learn about the Depression until I read about it at Harvard." Differences in birth years lead to varying perceptions of stocks, inflation, and more. It's crucial to recognize these disparities and understand that what makes sense to you might seem absurd to another. Money decisions aren't purely rational. They're influenced by personal histories and societal shifts. Our financial landscape is relatively new, with concepts like retirement evolving over just a few generations. We're all navigating uncharted territory, making mistakes along the way. In essence, we're financial newbies adapting to a changing landscape. Recognizing this diversity of experiences can foster empathy and open-mindedness in financial discussions. Luck and risk. In life, luck and risk are intertwined, guiding outcomes beyond individual effort. NYU professor Scott Galloway emphasizes that nothing is as good or as bad as it seems when evaluating success. Bill Gates went to one of the only high schools, Lakeside, in the world that had a computer. In 1968, there were roughly 303 million high school-age people in the world, according to the UN. About 18 million of them lived in the United States. About 270,000 of them lived in Washington state. A little over 100,000 of them lived in the Seattle area, and only about 300 of them attended Lakeside School. Start with 303 million, end with 300. 1 in a million high school-age students attended the high school that had the combination of cash and foresight to buy a computer. Bill Gates happened to be one of them. Now let me tell you about Gates' friend Kent Evans. He experienced an equally powerful dose of luck's close sibling, risk. Bill Gates and Paul Allen became household names thanks to Microsoft's success. But back at Lakeside, there was a third member of this gang of high school computer prodigies. Kent Evans and Bill Gates became best friends in 8th grade. Evans was, by Gates' own account, the best student in the class. Kent could have been a founding partner of Microsoft with Gates and Allen, but it would never happen. Kent died in a mountaineering accident before he graduated high school.
And, it's going to kind of set a precedent for future activities, but they said, no, that's fine. And so we actually finished this payroll program. It was a lot of work. The friend who was my age, Kent Evans, and I ended up doing the lion's share of the work. Now, tragically, right as he and I finished that, he was killed in a mountain climbing accident.
Every year, there are around 36 mountaineering deaths in the United States. The odds of being killed on a mountain in high school are roughly 1 in a million. Bill Gates experienced 1 in a million luck by ending up at Lakeside. Kent Evans experienced 1 in a million risk by never getting to finish what he and Gates set out to achieve. Recognizing the impact of external forces in success and failure is crucial. Luck and risk, difficult to quantify, often go unnoticed. The stories of successful figures like Cornelius Vanderbilt, John D. Rockefeller, and Benjamin Graham highlight the complexity of attributing outcomes solely to skill or luck. As we seek financial lessons, it's essential to be cautious in idolizing or dismissing individuals and focus on broad patterns, acknowledging the role of both luck and risk. Never enough. John Bogle, the brilliant mind behind Vanguard, once shared a story that left a profound impact on Housel's perspective about money. At a billionaire's party, a hedge fund manager earned a famous author's entire book history in just one day. When the author, Joseph Heller, was told about this, he responded with a powerful statement. He had something the hedge fund manager would never possess: enough. It's a reminder to cherish what truly matters: reputation, freedom, family, and happiness. And to recognize when I have enough, avoiding unnecessary risks that could jeopardize what's truly important in life. Confounding and compounding. More than 2,000 books are dedicated to how Warren Buffett built his fortune. Many of them are wonderful, but few pay enough attention to the simplest fact: Buffett's fortune isn't due to just being a good investor, but being a good investor since he was literally a child. As of now, Warren Buffett's net worth is more than $84.5 billion. Of that, $84.2 billion was accumulated after his 50th birthday. $81.5 billion came after he qualified for Social Security in his mid-60s.
Probably when I was 7 or so, I took this book out of the Benson Library called 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. And one of the ways in this book was having penny weighing machines. And I sat and calculated how much it would cost to buy the first weighing machine and then how long it would take for the profit for that one to buy another one. And I would sit there and create these compound interest tables to figure out how long it would take me to have a weighing machine for every person in the world. I had everybody in the country weighing themselves 10 times a day, and me just sitting there like John D. Rockefeller's weighing machines. The allowance when I was a little boy was a nickel a week, but I liked the idea.
Warren Buffett is a phenomenal investor, but you miss a key point if you attach all of his success to investing acumen. The real key to his success is that he's been a phenomenal investor for 3/4 of a century. Had he started investing in his 30s and retired in his 60s, few people would have ever heard of him. This principle applies to money and investing, where compounding plays a pivotal role. The story of Warren Buffett illustrates this. His massive wealth is not just due to investing skill, but the time he dedicated to it, compounding returns for 3/4 of a century. The counterintuitive nature of compounding often leads us to overlook its potential, emphasizing the importance of patience and long-term consistency in achieving extraordinary results in investing. Tails, you win. Disney's first studio went bankrupt. His films were monstrously expensive to produce and financed at outrageous terms. By the mid-1930s, Disney had produced more than 400 cartoons. Most of them were short, most of them were beloved by viewers, and most of them lost a fortune. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs changed everything. The $8 million it earned in the first 6 months of 1938 was an order of magnitude higher than anything the company earned previously. It transformed Disney Studios. All company debts were paid off. Key employees got retention bonuses. The company purchased a new state-of-the-art studio in Burbank, where it remains today. An Oscar turned Walt from famous to full-blown celebrity. By 1938, he had produced several hundred hours of film. But in business terms, the 83 minutes of Snow White were all that mattered. Researchers suggest great investors operate like index funds, patiently waiting for a few winners in diverse portfolios. This pattern extends across industries, from Disney's transformative Snow White moment to venture capital and large public companies. Success doesn't demand a flawless track record, but seizing significant opportunities amid a spectrum of endeavors. In life and investing, it's about navigating crucial moments effectively. The key takeaway is, it is okay for things to go wrong. Success lies in capitalizing on key moments. Freedom. Waking up every day with the freedom to do whatever you want is the truest form of wealth. People pursue wealth for happiness, and the key to happiness, as psychologists found, lies in controlling our lives. It surpasses income, house size, or job prestige. Money's real power is in giving us control over time, allowing independence and autonomy. Despite the United States' increased wealth, happiness levels haven't risen. A poll reveals high stress and worry among Americans. The shift to decision-based jobs means we're constantly working in our heads, feeling like work never ends. Control over time, as demonstrated by elderly Americans, emerges as the true source of happiness, quality, friendships, meaningful connections, and unstructured time with loved ones. It's a reminder that the highest dividend money pays is the ability to control our time. Wealth is what you don't see. Singer Rihanna nearly went bankrupt after overspending and sued her financial advisor. The advisor responded, "Was it really necessary to tell her that if you spend money on things, you will end up with the things and not the money?" As a valet in mid-2000s Los Angeles, Housel learned a crucial truth about wealth. It's what you don't see. Flashy cars and big homes can mislead us about someone's financial status. Many people spend beyond their means to appear rich. We often judge wealth by outward signs: cars, homes, Instagram photos, but true wealth lies in what's not spent. Rihanna's financial struggles highlight the misconception that spending equals wealth. Investor Bill Mann emphasizes that being rich is about current income, but being wealthy is about not spending what you have. Drawing an analogy to diet and exercise, wealth is like burning net calories. It's the self-control to resist immediate indulgence for long-term benefit. The challenge is finding wealthy role models since their success is hidden. Learning about wealth is difficult when it's not visible. People often imitate what they can see, making it hard to grasp the hidden nature of wealth.
You know, there's a story I love, I talk about all the time. It's the story of Ronald Reed. He's a humble JCPenney janitor. He lived frugally and he took all of his extra money and all he did was buy stocks of household names. When he passed away at 92 years old, he had $8 million that he left behind and he gave most of it to charity.
Ronald Reed became a financial role model only after his death because every penny of his wealth was hidden during his lifetime. The world has both modest-looking but wealthy individuals and seemingly rich people teetering on insolvency. Judging success and setting goals should consider the difference between appearances and actual financial well-being. The key to wealth is what you don't spend, and I urge you to embrace the value of saving money. Be reasonable, not rational. In finance, it's crucial to recognize that you're not just a number on a spreadsheet. You're a person with emotions and imperfections. Rather than striving for cold rationality, aim to be reasonably realistic. Being reasonable is more practical for long-term financial decisions, allowing you a better chance of staying on course. Being technically rational may not align with what is contextually reasonable. Academic finance focuses on optimal strategies, but real-world choices often prioritize what helps individuals sleep at night. Rationality may be hard to justify in everyday life, whereas reasonableness considers social and personal aspects often ignored by strict financial analysis. Room for error. Mike Tyson once said, "Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face." In unlikely places like Las Vegas casinos, smart financial lessons emerge, particularly from card-counting blackjack players. The key insight is the importance of leaving room for error. Card counters know they're dealing with odds, not certainties. This humility is crucial. Even with an advantage, betting too heavily without room for error can lead to significant losses. This philosophy extends beyond casinos. Benjamin Graham's margin of safety concept reinforces the idea that acknowledging uncertainty and planning for unforeseen events is essential. Whether in forecasting stock market returns or planning for retirement, recognizing the unpredictability of the future is vital. The key is to balance risk-taking with a realistic assessment of potential downsides. You will change. Witnessing a friend overcome significant challenges to become a doctor taught Housel invaluable lessons. However, even after achieving the dream, dissatisfaction emerged due to stress and long hours. This highlights the challenge of predicting our future selves and its impact on long-term financial planning. It's common for people to underestimate how desires and goals evolve over time, known as the end-of-history illusion. While compounding thrives with enduring plans, maintaining balance in various life aspects is crucial to prevent future regrets. Extreme financial plans may lose their appeal, resulting in lasting regrets. To succeed in long-term financial planning, embrace changing minds and steer clear of sunk costs in past decisions. Click the subscribe button to unlock valuable insights that will guide you towards financial success. Thank you for watching.